In the ancient lands of Israel, a time of turmoil and oppression, a promise was whispered from the heavens to a barren woman, the wife of Manoah. An angel appeared with a startling prophecy. She would bear a son. This child would be a Nazarite, dedicated to God from birth. No razor would touch his hair, no wine would touch his lips. He was destined to be Israel's deliverer, a champion chosen to break the chains of the Philistines. And so, Samson was born. As Samson grew, it became clear he was no ordinary boy. The Spirit of the Lord was upon him, granting him a strength that defied human understanding. He was a walking miracle, a force of nature. His legend began with a roar. Traveling to the city of Timnah, a young lion, fierce and hungry, sprang at him. With nothing but his bare hands, Samson tore the beast apart as if it were a mere goat. The raw, untamed power coursing through him was a sign of the divine might he wielded. Samson's heart, however, was as wild as his strength. He fell for a Philistine woman from Timnah, a choice that baffled his parents. "Can you not find a wife among our own people?" they asked. But Samson insisted. This, too, was part of a divine plan, a way to create conflict with the Philistine rulers. At his wedding feast, Samson posed a riddle to his Philistine companions, a challenge tied to the secret of the lion he had slain. Out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the strong, something sweet. For days, they couldn't solve it. Frustrated, they turned to Samson's new wife, threatening her and her family. Torn and terrified, she pleaded with Samson until he finally revealed the answer. Betrayed, Samson's fury erupted. He went to another Philistine city, Ashkelon, and in a blaze of righteous anger, struck down 30 men, using their garments to pay off his lost wager. The wedding was over, his trust shattered. His rage against the Philistines only grew. They had given his wife to his best man. In retaliation, Samson caught 300 foxes, tied them in pairs with a torch between their tails, and released them into the Philistines' fields. The ensuing fire devastated their grain, vineyards, and olive groves. The Philistines, in their own brutal response, burned his former wife and her father. The cycle of vengeance escalated. Samson attacked them again, a whirlwind of destruction, before retreating to a cave. The Philistines, desperate to stop him, sent an army of 1,000 men to capture him. The men of Judah, fearing for their own safety, convinced Samson to surrender. They bound him with 2 new ropes, ready to hand him over. But as the Philistines cheered, the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon Samson. The ropes on his arms melted away like burnt flax. He grabbed the fresh jawbone of a donkey and, with this crude weapon, he single-handedly cut down the entire army. 1,000 men lay fallen at the feet of one. On that day, his name echoed with fear and awe throughout the land. Years passed, and Samson judged Israel for 2 decades. His strength was legendary, his name a symbol of hope for his people. But his greatest weakness was not a Philistine sword, it was his own heart. He fell in love with a woman from the valley of Sorek. Her name was Delilah. The Philistine lords saw their chance. They approached Delilah with an irresistible offer, a fortune in silver if she could uncover the secret of Samson's immense power. 3 times, Delilah tried. "Tell me," she would coo, "what makes you so strong? How could someone tie you up and subdue you?" Each time, Samson lied. "Bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings," he said. She did, but he snapped them like thread. "Tie me with new ropes," he suggested. He broke them with ease. "Weave the 7 braids of my hair into the loom," he offered. He simply pulled the entire loom from the ground when he awoke, but Delilah was relentless. Day after day, she nagged and pressed him, wearing down his spirit. "How can you say I love you when you won't confide in me?" She wept, finally, exhausted and heartbroken. Samson gave in. He told her everything. He confessed the sacred vow of the Nazarite. His strength, he revealed, was in his hair. It had never been cut. It was the symbol of his dedication to God. If it were shaved, his strength would leave him, and he would be as weak as any other man. Knowing she finally had the truth, Delilah lulled Samson to sleep on her lap. She called in a Philistine, who shaved off the 7 braids of his hair. Then she cried out, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." He awoke, thinking he could shake them off as before. But this time, it was different. He tried to flex his muscles, but the power was gone. The Lord had left him. The Philistine lords seized their moment. They captured the now helpless champion, gouged out his eyes, and took him to Gaza. There, the mighty Samson, blinded and broken, was forced to grind grain in a prison, an object of public humiliation. In his darkness and despair, a small miracle began. His hair started to grow back. The Philistines, celebrating their victory, held a great festival in the temple of their god, Dagon. They brought Samson out to entertain the jeering crowds. Leaning against the central pillars of the massive temple, the blind giant prayed a final, desperate prayer. "Sovereign Lord," he whispered, "remember me, please. God, strengthen me just one more time. Let me get revenge on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." Then, with a final, earth-shattering roar, Samson placed one hand on each pillar. He pushed with all his might. A final surge of divine strength flowing through him. The pillars cracked, the foundation trembled, and the entire temple came crashing down, burying Samson and thousands of Philistine rulers and citizens in the rubble. In his death, he defeated more of his enemies than he ever had in his entire life. Samson's story is a timeless epic of a hero blessed with incredible gifts but burdened by human flaws. It's a powerful reminder that true strength isn't just physical might, but the wisdom to guard one's heart and the faith to honor one's purpose. His life was a storm of passion, betrayal, and redemption, a tragic yet inspiring saga of a man who, even in his darkest hour, found the strength to fulfill his destiny. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as powerful as we did, please like, share, and subscribe for more epic tales.